Hey out there and welcome. I'm Kate and I'm here today with Memphis, and we're super glad that you chose to join us today. We have a quick flow for you. Well, I do. He's not going to do anything at all. So grab a couple of blocks if you want them, a blanket to sit on or pad your knees. Find a quiet spot, roll out your mat, and let's do this. All right, so we're going to start in child's pose. So go ahead. Take your knees wide if you want it. Keep your knees together, whatever works for you today. Take a few moments just to settle in. If this is crap on your knees, then a comfortable seat works too. You're going to try to find a place where you can relax the weight of your head. So if you want to stack your fists, place a block under your forehead if it doesn't comfortably rest on the floor. There are options. So use what you need to get comfortable. So you can relax here and settle into a smooth inhale and a smooth exhale. And I know we're crunched up into a little ball, but see if you can start to iron out any tightness. Start to smooth out any rough spots in your body, in your mind. And feel yourself drop even deeper into the floor. And walk your hands out in front. If they're not there already, pop onto your fingertips. Start to walk your hands over to the right. Feel that left side sitting bone drag back. And just breathe here. Bring some length into that left side. And then through center and over to the other side. As far as you want to go to the left. Maybe walk those right fingertips away a little bit more. Find some more space between those right side ribs. And then back through center. Inhale, come on up. Oh, when you exhale, tuck your toes. Send your hips back to your heels. Push some weight back into your feet. And then inhale, come back up into table. Untuck your toes. Slide your hips back one more time. Child's pose. This time you're going to gaze forward. And we're going to roll up, nice rounded spine. And then start to drop your hips. And lower yourself into a cobra. Bend your elbows. Inhale in your cobra. Exhale, press into the floor, round yourself up, use your belly, pull back, child's pose. And another, just like that, inhale, round it up, drop those hips, sink them down, bend your elbows, cobra. And child's pose, press it back. One more, inhale it forward, exhale it down, deep breath here. And then send it back into child's pose. Last time, sink here for a breath. All right, and then come back up into your table. Roll through a few rounds of cat and cow. Just enjoy waking up the length of your spine. Your shoulders. One more. Inhale it up. And exhale and round. And come back to neutral. Drop your right forearm onto the mat. Slide it across so it comes parallel to the front of your mat, and then walk your left hand forward. Pop onto your fingertips, wrap your triceps in, pull your hips back. Just breathe, looking for more space in that left side. Slide your left elbow underneath you and switch. Forearm across, take that right arm, reach it forward. Pop the top of that, the back of your arm up away from the mat. Curl your tricep in toward your ear. Yes. Then walk your right hand back underneath you. Find table for a moment. Glue down through the tops of your feet. If your toes are tucked, that's cool. You can glue down through the backs of your toes. Puppy pose. Walk it forward. Oh. Triceps still drawing in toward your ears. Engage your abdominal muscles. Maybe take your gaze forward. You're going to stay right here with the hands, but drop your forearms onto the mat, moving into dolphin so you can interlace your fingers or keep your hands spread wide. It's entirely up to you. You're going to tuck your toes and lift your hips and just start to walk your feet in. And I know this is the first, so kind of rock it back and forth. Yes. And then come through center, press through your forearms, draw those shoulder blades into your back, send your sitting bones up, back, and then drop your knees to the mat. Gonna slide your hips back slightly and then come to the top of your head. So the ears come right alongside your arms here. Press into the top of your head. Slide your fingertips back so you can see them. That's it. Keep pressing into the floor. Feel your shoulders lift. We're gonna come into a rabbit pose here. If you feel comfortable bearing weight on the top of your head, sweep your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Keep the crown of your head rooted down as you lift your shoulders up. When you exhale, let yourself roll back to your heels. Let your arms rest by your sides. And breathe here. All right. Inhale, come on up. Find your table. Take your right leg, stretch it straight back behind you. You're gonna lift it up for just a moment. Draw your belly in. Inhale. And when you exhale, take the ball of your right foot down and glue it into the mat. Inhale here. And then exhale, drag your left knee into your chest. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, drag it up. This time you're gonna lower and hover. Exhale, pull it up. And then lower and hover. Exhale, pull it up. Two more. Lower it down. Drag it in. Lower it down. Drag it in. Yes. And then lower it all the way down. Keep your core strong. Lift your right leg up again. Staying connected with that low belly. Sweep your left arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to bend that right knee. Grab that foot with your left hand, if it's available. If not, just stay in your bird dog. Inhale, stretch it back through bird dog. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right leg still lifted. Deep breath in. And then when you exhale again, you're going to take your chest and chin down toward the floor for a little half chaturanga push up. Inhale, press the floor away, straighten your arms. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, press back up, straighten your arms. Knee to nose, exhale. One more. Inhale it back. Baby push up. And then up. Drag your knee in. This time, step it forward. On your fingertips, let your hips drop down. Press into the floor with your right leg. Inhale, reach your arms up. Grab that left wrist with your right hand. Scoop your tailbone and up and over to the right side. Inhale, back through the middle. Release the wrists, arms out to the sides. Tuck your back toes. Slide your hips back. We're gonna come into an Ardha Hanuman. Arms in an airplane pose here. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, rock forward. Anjaneyasana, sweep it up. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog. And now this is our first actual down dog. So give yourself a second to ease into it. Why not? And inhale, gonna rock it forward into plank. When you exhale, right forearm down, left forearm down. Interlace your fingers here. We're gonna find a forearm plank with the hands interlaced. Belly strong. Keep pressing the floor away with those forearms. And then dolphin, walk your feet in. Heads of those arm bones plunk in as you press your hips back. Shake out your head. That's That's it. And then you're gonna gaze forward, walk your feet back, find your forearm plank, spread your hands, press your palms into the mat, drop your hips, inhale into Sphinx. Exhale, lower yourself down, slide your hands under your shoulders. Cobra pose, inhale, curl it up. Exhale, lower back down. Press into your hands. Slide your hips back to your heels for just a moment. Child's pose. And then inhale, rock forward. Find your table. Said it was just going to be a moment. I wasn't lying. All right, take your left leg, stretch it back. We're going to lift it up off the floor. Belly strong. Shoulders into your back. And then you're going to drop that foot. Boom, right onto the floor. Here we go. Press into the ball of that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, right knee's going to drag in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lower and hover that shin. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pull it in and lower. Try to keep your hips low. Pull it in. 2 more. And squeeze. And down. And squeeze. Oh, and then drop your shin. Keep that core strong. Lift your left leg up. Stretch your right arm forward. Find your bird dog here. And now if you want, you can bend your back knee, grab the foot, kick your foot into your hand. Oh, yes. Kick it straight back through bird dog, inhale. And then exhale, here we go. Hands to the floor. We got this. We're gonna do our little pushy up things here, right? So inhale. Whew, exhale, lower down. Baby chaturanga. Whew, inhale it up. Straighten those arms. Exhale, knee to nose. Whew, kick it back. And lower. Press the floor away. Knee in. Whew, 1 more. Kick it back. And lower. Whew, press the floor away. Draw your knee and step that foot all the way up between your thumbs. Sink your hips. Press into your left foot. Anjaneyasana, grab that right wrist with the left hand. Keep the low belly lifting away from the top of this left thigh. Take a lean over to the left side. Inhale, back up through center. Take your arms out into a T. You can tuck your back toes. And we're gonna slide back, Ardha Hanuman. Keep your chest lifted. Shoulder blades in your back. Inhale, rock forward again, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. This time, step it forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Find some length here. Exhale and fold. Press the floor away. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Dive right back over your legs. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Find some length. Downward facing dog. Pull it back. Foot it forward into your plank. Drop your knees for table. Right leg's gonna go back. Kick it back. Lift it up. And exhale, drop the ball of that right foot. Here we go. Press into the floor. Drag your left knee into your chest. Take it over to your left side tricep. Drag it down to your left wrist. And then sweep over to the right wrist. Drag it up. Over to the side and down. Over to the right and up. 1 more. Box. Down and over and up. Here we go. Swing it through center. Drop your shin coming back into a table as you lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Ball of your right foot's gonna hit the mat again. Sweep your left leg up and back. Down dog split. And then from here, stack that left hip open. Bend your knee. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step it up between your thumbs. Drop your back knee, Anjaneyasana. Reach it up, grab that right wrist. Left hand, nice long right side body. Lean to the left. Inhale, back up through the middle. Sweep your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, spread through your collarbones, lift into your chest. And then Ardha Hanuman here. Slide your hips back, feel your chest lift. Yes. Inhale, rock it forward. Reach it up. As you exhale, drop your right hand. Find a twist here. You can keep your back knee down. Lift it up. And take your left hand down to the floor. Step back into plank. Lower onto your left forearm. Lower onto your right forearm. Forearm plank. Shoulder blades in the back. Keep your belly working. And then drop your knees to the mat. Interlace your fingers here. Here we go. Elbows are going to walk in a little bit closer to each other. They're going to slide your chin in toward your chest and take the top of your head down to your mat. If you feel comfortable in a headstand or like a headstand prep, we're going to go right to it. So if you don't, I'm going to talk you through it. So now we're here, right? Kind of like nestled in your upper arm or your forearms here. Press into the floor, tuck your toes, lift your knees. And we come into this dolphin-y headstand type thing. Keep pressing into the floor with your forearms. And to work on strength and comfort while you're here, building strength for your headstand, you can press into your forearms, lift your head up off the floor, then lower your head back down, let it settle in, and then lift it up. You can kind of play with that if you want. So you know that you're building strength to keep as much weight out of your head as you want. If you want to walk your feet a little closer in and play with bringing one heel in and then the other. If you're here and you want to work on a little headstand, I don't know if it's going to happen today. Oh, fighting for it. You can egg it up. And then set your feet back on the floor. Drop your knees. Sink. Child's pose. All right, here we go. Come on up into table. It's getting sweaty in here. Are you sweating, Memphis? Ooh, yeah, he looks like he's hurting. All right, take your left leg, stretch it back behind you. Keep that belly strong. Okay, ball of your left foot's gonna sink back into the mat. Keep that leg straight, press into the floor. Inhale. When you exhale, drag that knee in. Take it to your right tricep. Pull it down toward your wrist. Sweep it over to the left side. Drag it up. Over to the right and down. Over to the left and drag. Over to the right and down. Over to the left. Drag it up. Bring it back through the middle. Drop that right shin back onto the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg up for just a moment. Then set the ball of your foot back on the mat. Sweep your your right leg up and back, down dog split. Bend your knee. Open it up. Yes, and then square it off. Inhale, knee to nose as you exhale. Kick it back. Then step it up between your thumbs. Drop your back knee. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, lengthen up and over. Back up through the middle. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe funky pinky lands on top. Sink those hips, lift into your chest. And then another half splits pose here. Press into that right heel, drag your hips back. Try to keep your chest lifted. And then we're gonna rock it forward, sink your hips, take your arms up. And then left hand comes down. Nice easy twist here. You can keep the back knee down or float it up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Step back. Down dog. Take your gaze forward and walk or hop. Uttanasana. Top of the mat and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and let it go. Press the floor away. Come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And let's dive right back over the legs. One more bit here. Fold. Inhale, halfway. Downward facing dog. Take it back. Inhale, float your right leg up. Sweep it behind you. Exhale, bend your knees. Stack your hip. Open it up for just a moment here. Oh, and then crescent lunge. Gaze forward. Step it up. Inhale, rise. Soften your shoulders, sink into that front thigh. And then the left hand's gonna reach it down to the floor. Take your right arm up, find your twist. Gonna roll onto the outer edges of both feet for a little Cleopatra action here. Sink that outer left hip. And then press into the floor, lift those hips. Step your right foot over the left. Wild thing. Take it up. And gaze down at the mat. Gonna step this right foot forward for standing split all the way up to that left thumb. See if you can shift your weight, bring your hands to prayer. So we're in an unsupported standing split. Fingertips can come to the floor or to blocks, right? But let's see if we can do that without the hands. Keep that left leg lifting. And now from here, you're gonna take your left knee to your right shin. Feel yourself kind of fold up. Yes. You got it. Kick it back. Warrior 3. Shoulder blades in. Belly strong. Step it back. Open it up. Warrior 2. Flip your front palm. Reach up. Stretch back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten that front leg. Stay long back into those right fingertips. And then inhale, come on up. And then out and over. Trikonasana. Let that left side rib cage sink in. Half moon. Bring it forward. Yes. Feel that left hip stack open. Look back, make sure you can see those toes. Yes. Warrior 2, step it back. Inhale. Exhale, left hand's gonna windmill down. Left side Vashisthasana. Press your feet. Feel that right hip stack on top of the left. Don't let it roll too far back, right? See if you can keep them stacked. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Find your plank. Right forearm comes down. Boom. Left forearm comes down. Forearm plank. Walk those feet in. Lift your hips, dolphin. If you want to play here with walking your feet a little closer in, working on pressing into those forearms, take one leg up. If you have a forearm stand in your practice, you can always, of course, kick up into your forearms. If you don't, just keep working those legs higher and higher. Yes, and then walk it back out into your dolphin. Walk it back out into your forearm plank. And drop your hips. Find your sphinx, roll your shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down, slide your hands underneath you. Cobra pose, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Press into your hands, come on up. Pull it back, downward facing dog. You got it. Inhale, take your right leg, lift it up, stretch it back. Bend that knee, I'm sorry, that's your left leg. Left leg up and back. Stack the left hip open. Yes, and then square it off. Gaze forward, step it up. Crescent lunge. Inhale, rise. Rise. The weight of your hips drop down. Deep breath. And then windmill this right hand down to the floor. Left hand up, find your twist. Try to keep that right thigh buoyant, right hip lifting. And then Cleopatra, snake onto the outside edges of both feet. Sink your hips. Press into the floor, lift those hips enough. Step your left foot over the right, coming into wild thing. Lift up. Then gaze it forward. Left foot's gonna step to that right thumb, standing split. See if you can, before you transition, feel your weight shift into your left foot. Bring your hands to prayer. Keeping the front of that right thigh engaged, but also extending. Feel that left heel root as your right heel lifts up. Yes. And then take your right knee to your left calf. Shiva squat, hug your heel close into your butt. Yes, warrior 3, straighten out those legs. And step it back. Warrior 2, open up. Flip your front palm, reach up, stretch back. Keep that extension through your left side, straighten your left leg. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, out and over. Trikonasana. Melt this right side rib cage in. Feel the top of your head lengthen. Yes. Gaze to the floor, grab your block. Any prop you want, water bottle, right? We're gonna go into half moon. Here we go. Step it up. Yes. All right, warrior two. Light step to the back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your right hand all the way down. Right side Vashisthasana. Stack those legs, lift your hips. Keep pressing into the floor. Shoulder blade in your back. And then left hand to the floor. Find your plank. Take your left forearm down. Take your right forearm down. Forearm plank. And then walk your feet in. Find your dolphin. Press the floor away. Feel your arm bones deep in their sockets there. And then you're going to drop to your knees. Okay, slide your hands back towards you a little bit. And then you're going to take the crown of your head to the apex of this triangle here. So you've got some room, arms at about, or elbows at about 90 degrees. You can take your hands wider if you want than your shoulders. I tend to land like right underneath my shoulders, but it works, whatever works for you, right? Press into the crown of your head, press into your hands, and we're gonna play here, knees on the mat. If you wanna go a little bit deeper and you feel comfortable, you can always grab that blanket that you have, place it underneath your head. Oh, that's so much more pleasant. You can lift those knees, right? And now we're here, shoulder blades in the back. Press into the floor. Maybe walk your feet a little closer in. Maybe you can bend one knee, place it on your upper arm. Maybe you feel comfortable enough to bend your other knee, come into a tripod. We used to do this in gym class when we were little, right? If you feel comfortable in tripod, hug your heels a little closer into your butt. Feel your sitting bones lift up. If you're comfortable there, maybe take one leg up and then bring it down. And then bring it other one up. And then bring it down. And then drop your toes. Drop your knees. Roll back onto your heels. Maybe you just watched that whole thing. That's okay too. That's the first step. You can pause and go back. But for now, melt into the floor. Let your forehead sink down. Oh, yes. And slide your hands underneath you. Come on up. Shift your hips to one side. Legs stretch out in front. You can take that blanket if you had it. Move it to the side. Woo, start to shift yourself forward. Grab the backs of your thighs around your spine. We're going to curl all the way down into a little tiny ball. Take a moment here. Knees in. You can rock a little bit each side. Yes, and then cross your right leg over your left. Arms out to the sides. Let those knees drop over to the right. Feel that left shoulder sink in. Take your gaze over to the left. You got it. Inhale back up through the middle. Switch the cross of your legs. And exhale, drop your knees to the left. Slide your gaze to the right. Inhale up through the middle. One more time. Right leg over the left. This time you can grab that right knee with your right hand. Oh, slide those knees to the right. Find another breath, maybe two here. If this is really killer on your low back or your knees or anything, you can uncross your legs and just bring it to a little more, a little less intense variation, right? Oh, still feels good. And up through the middle. Last time over the other side, left leg over the right, or knees just together. Roll over to the left. Sink into that right shoulder. cross your legs if you need it. And back up through the middle. Place your feet, take your hands behind your head, take your thumbs right to the base of your skull, interlace your fingers, and you're just gonna lift your head up, let the weight of your head fall into your hands. And gently pull your chin to your chest, and your shoulder blades sink into the floor, the back of your neck lengthen here. And then drop the weight of your head down. Take your arms out to the sides and let your legs just kind of bonk down into the floor. You can grab a blanket or blocks underneath your knees if you need a little more. If you want to bolster or anything that you have to make this more restful, you can do that too. And then start to kind of wiggle yourself into the most comfortable place you can. And try to slide closed and just take a few breaths. Marking the end of your practice. At the same time, feel yourself settle a little deeper into your breath so that your practice may continue even when we step off your mat. And please feel free to stay here as long as you like. My time with you is coming to an end, so allow your breath to deepen. Let the energy of your breath move down into the tips of your fingers, the soles of your feet, as you welcome subtle movements back. When you feel ready for bigger ones, you can bring your knees in. And roll to your right side. Take a moment, pause here. Choosing to move back into your day with an open heart. Press into the strength of your arms. Come on up. Find a comfortable seat here. Let the weight of your shoulders settle away from your ears and feel the lightness of your heart lift as you press your palms together into Anjali Mudra. Bow your head and honor this time here. It may have been very hard to get here, so take a moment to say a quiet thanks to yourself for making the time. And I thank you for spending a bit of your time with me. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. You know the drill. Like, comment, please subscribe, share with a friend, spread the love. Make it a great day. Namaste.